When you're with your partner, can you make a decision? Attraction can definitely grow.
This idea of compatibility and who we're compatible with. Are we just, because when we think about dating, we often think about it like we're trying to find this perfect individual that we could kind of draw on a piece of paper that has all of these particular qualities. We think we know who we're looking for. Is that true? What do I need to know about what truly makes someone compatible? Because I think once upon a time, for sure, I would have said, I want my partner to be probably like me.
Right.
I would have said, if I can run a huge business and we can talk about it in bedtime. And
right.
That I don't think that's the case anymore.
Yeah. I mean, my joke is that most men who came to us, right, they want themselves with a vagina. That's pretty much pretty much what they're looking for, right? So this is a topic that's I've been studying forever, and there's a lot of different thoughts around it. Like if you just think about dating apps, they spend an enormous amount of money trying to perfect the algorithm, the matching algorithm. It's all about that. And if you look at the success rate, so the percentage of people who are using dating apps and then end up in a committed relationship or marriage and then stay in that for a fixed amount of time, like 10 years, it's like less than 2%. So you think, okay, so they haven't gotten it right. There's certain matchmakers that profess to have almost near 100% success rates. And you say, what do they do? I have some friends who just say, I can just look at you and tell. And you're like, whatever, But over time, there are certain areas that I firmly believe determine whether or not you have strong compatibility, right? So one, we've already talked about attachment style.
Yeah.
I think attachment style, incredibly important. We've talked about values. Values, incredibly important. That's the rule book to life, right? Another part of it is your ability to communicate. So there's this theory called decide versus slide, right? It's a theory that a lot of, you have people like John Gottman's behind this, but you have people in the States who have looked at when you're with your partner, can you make a decision together on anything? Let's say you're with your partner and you decide, okay, we're going on vacation. Can you actually make decisions on where you're going without killing each other? Like, can you decide what you're going to eat without killing each other? Like, can you actually make collaborative decisions? That is deciding versus sliding. What a lot of relationships, what a lot of couples do is they say, okay, no, you decide that. You pick where we're going to go. I'll decide where we're going to do, right? It's a slide. It's not a collaborative. So when you are dating, when you're engaged, it's very important to begin to look at, are you making decisions together? Do you have the ability to make decisions together, right? Deciding versus sliding, very important. Another one that's touchy for a lot of people, but it is what it is, do you have physical attraction? There's a massive debate. I don't understand why there's still a debate over this, is that every bit of science suggests to us that if you have zero, I'm talking about zero physical attraction, it's going nowhere. Like, it's going nowhere. But if you have minimal physical attraction, it doesn't mean rip the clothes off energy, but if you have minimal physical attraction, then that could build. Because you could be sapiosexual, where it's the intellect that drives you, but you still have to have a minimal level of physical attraction. And then what we see is that over time, attraction can definitely grow, but it needs to start somewhere. So you think about physical attraction, you think about the ability to make decisions, compatibility in values, also attachment style. These become, I think, the foundational pieces to having a compatible relationship. But then there's this small little piece that I want to throw out. And this is some studies that have been done in the US that I find to be fascinating, is the marriage rate in the UK as well, it hovers, between, let's say, 35 and 50%, depending on who you're talking to. Or should I say the divorce rate does, 35 to 50%. So the idea is there that almost half of people who get together end up getting a divorce on average. Now, if you were to just take out couples who have been engaged for 2 years, what do you think that does to the divorce rate? So they've been engaged for 2 years and then they get married.
I think the divorce rate goes down.
Exactly. It goes down dramatically. Some people say it goes down to 22%, right?
Chance of getting divorced if you had a long engagement.
Yes. Now, why would that be? The reason why is because you're able to test out all of these theories. You're able to see your partner in the most adverse circumstance and see, do they still show up as
so true.
Yeah, can they still make a decision with me?
Yeah.
Or do they emotionally shut down and they go away? So then when you look at why, or the couples where you see divorce being prevalent, it's in couples in one of two categories. One, they've known each other for a year or less, right? It's quick. Or when I say know each other, they've been in a committed relationship for a year or less. Or they've been in a committed relationship for like 10 years. And it's like, basically, it was an ultimatum. And that's the reason why they were married. So the 2 years of engagement, I think, is incredibly important because it allows you to test out these compatibility metrics.